year. Welcome. It's been a funny start to the year with the. I've been rapidly bug fixing. I've got to the point now where I'm happy to make a build. So I made the build, I uploaded it to Steam, I started giving things a quick test, and lo and behold, the new Freeplay map immediately had quite substantial problems. Let's see if I can show you. So I'll get a new Freeplay game going on the new map. We'll see if we can figure out together what the issue is. This is only going to be a short stream. I'll start with the streaming properly again next week, I think. See if we can put more. I see there's no image for this map and no text yet, but we will get there. We will get there. Embankment test. I think that's fine. Not going to care about anything. So the issue is, I'm pretty sure it's stemming from an issue with the movement setup on the map. I have no idea what the difference is with this map and other maps. There's some sort of difference going on. That's what we're here to try and find out. It managed to build all the landmarks, which was interesting, because I imagine a lot of those would use the same things. So I wasn't able to do two things in the level. I wasn't able to place markers on the surface. I could place them underground, but I couldn't on the surface. And there was no enemy creatures. So my best guess is, for some reason... Hello, Pick of Death. Good to have you with us. So for some reason... the functions for getting points on the surface aren't working on this map. So just give it a moment and the map will load up. And we'll start investigating. I've got a short list of other issues I noted when I tested it as well from the map, but these are really easy to fix. So they shouldn't take me long at all. Pick of Death, are you... Ooh, there we go. Well, that's a lot of... That's a lot of failing. Maybe the locations? No, I don't think the locations are going to be any indication. All they'll be is the locations next to... So yeah, see, right-clicking is not doing anything. Okay, well, we're going to go take a look at the map. First thing I'll do is rebuild the navigation on the surface, see if that makes any difference. I don't know why that would make a difference, because I definitely rebuilt it this morning. But you never know. Maybe something went wrong with the rebuild or something. But that's the first thing to test. We're going to test the pathing. Also, a couple of basic things to fix. Should only take me a minute. It's not going to be a very long stream today, unfortunately. This is just, consider this a warm-up stream as I try and get back into it for the new year. And I've been away over Christmas, so it's been a busy time. Okay, so the first thing to check is to run down here. I'm going to run both of these. The second one's actually what does the magic. Give it a moment for it to catch back up. Okay, cool. Hello, let's Draco. Good to have you back with us. We're having a nosy at. Hang on, I've just realised my stream title's wrong. Ah, hello, Huffnerd. Good to have you with us. Now this is it's a free play map. Fixing a new free play map. There we are, stream title sorted. Unfortunately, when I ran it, I had a huge amount of issues come up, but they're all to do with the new pathing. And they're issues that I haven't seen before on other maps. So, yeah, here's hoping that just rebuilding that will be enough. Yeah, it's not enough.
The Queen has raised her first brood. These loyal subjects will lay the foundation of what could one day be a great subterranean empire.
Alright. Give me a second. I'm just going to have a look at some of these locations just to make sure there's nothing obviously going wrong. Okay. Actually, whilst I'm down here, start. Not Queen start point. No. No. Pawn. Maybe player pawn. Huh. I wonder why it's zooming out over there when I do that. Anyway. Pawns are meant to be over the queens. That's why my camera's starting in such a strange location. Sure, I've dealt with that one. That's the one I haven't dealt with. So that's one of the things on my list. Unfortunately, it's not the important one. Unfortunately, I may need to disable this map if I run out of time, which I might well do. Okay, I'm just going to put this into some of the positions that we were getting the error messages. Then my guess is that this is just coming from the issues with the other thing. 11079. Minus 902. And 1000. Okay. So where are we? Okay, so that just looks like a fairly sensible location. I don't think we're going to get any information from doing this. So I'm not going to bother looking into it doing that anymore. Fortunately, this might be an issue that only Liam can solve. Doesn't the ALC use mark? Yeah, they use things called swarm points. But the issue here is coming from projector grid, which is in the code. So it got to the end of projector grid with false output. Is the error message I'm getting. Let me speak to Liam about this one. He might have an idea of how to fix it. Fingers crossed. We'll get some information. In the meantime, I'm going to what I'm going to give a quick go, so it might yield some information, is there's an updated pathing data which should give me some information. just gonna nudge these. This is what Liam's suggesting I try to start with. And then let's try rebuilding the pathing. It would be a shame if I can't get this map with the build. It does appear to be the only thing that's up. There is an extra level coming with the build, which is quite good fun. If you give that one a go yourself. But unfortunately, this particular map doesn't seem to be quite. There'll be something that hasn't been done on this map because it's not been looked at properly. Oh, right, yeah. Liam's got a good point. Yeah, there we are. Accessible tile. Okay, this might mean we can roll with it. Okay, so basically, this down in the bottom right here, any accessible tile, it just wants a tile that can be accessed, and it uses that as the central point to build out its pathing data. So I could just do with any of these tiles. I need to get its ID, its XY ID, but one that's accessible, because not all tiles are accessible. Oh, thank goodness this was something simple. I'm just going to grab one that's near this tunnel exit. That one's fine. Okay, its ID is 1974. There's still some things we could do with automating on this. And this would be a really easy one to do. Okay, now I've done that, I'm going to rebuild the pathing data one last time and we should be good to go. Okay, we're good. I'm saving it. I'm confident this will work now because that's an important, and it's an important part of the pathing data. Such a simple issue. It'd be amazing someday if we could build a proper level editor rather than. I mean, editing levels at the minute is such a weird, convoluted task. There's so many things you need to get right. But one day we'll have a system in place to automate all of that. Okay, so I can tick off the camera starts in the wrong position. Cross that one off my list. So we fixed that. This is a very big map, by the way, which is why it's taking its time to save. There's 2 more issues on my list before I can produce a build. At the point I produce the build, I start producing the build, I'm going to go.
Many challenges lie ahead for this new society.
Okay, so we've got a lot less. A lot less issues here. Yeah, I agree that a level editor would. Yeah, here we are. Creatures, good enemies. I agree that the best way to get for content to come to the game would be to allow community made content. Oh, okay. Good. Got one of the issues I intend to address soon there, which is the enemies camping your nest at the beginning of the game. Do intend to address that one soonish. Unfortunately, not just yet. Yeah, marker placement's fine. Enemy movement's fine. Enemy spawning seems to be fine. I think we're good to go on this new map, you know? Oh, that's interesting. The camera can go right through that. I just might note that down, but I'm not going to try and fix that one at the minute. It might have done. I don't see why a mantis wouldn't eat the ladybird. We've got a good few dead ladybirds around here, so there's clearly been some sort of ladybird slaughter going on around here. There we go. I didn't get chance to create a map option for this. Although that would be an obvious one to do. Is the river raises by a level, which would kill anything trying to cross at those points. It'd be nice if we could have a rain effect for that as well. What you could have is a rain effect which causes a slow on all creatures on the map whilst it's raining and raises the river level. That would be an interesting one. I'll probably work on that soon. You see, we can do multiple level tiles now. Something we've not been able to do before this. It's not perfectly smooth yet, and there's more that can be done graphically to smooth them out, but it's now possible, which is something that wasn't possible before, which is great. But anyway, yeah, I'm happy enough. Okay, there's one thing I wanted to do. There's a couple. Okay, let's have a quick look. Okay. Right, no surface creature on Embankment. That one's been solved. Embankment load screen wrong. Okay. So this is a UI issue. So it's Freeplay load, I believe. Might be Freeplay saves. Raising the river level might give a bit of a complication if your ants are on the other side. They'll have to walk back into the river. Yeah, you'd have to account for that. I believe Liam is working on something. I'm not sure. It's issues that will come up when we're dealing with the campaign, because there's issues individually to the campaign, like the rising tide level. As the tide rises, your marker gets removed by the tide anyway. However, if you place your marker next to the water, ants could potentially wander into it, which is just a bit daft. Stuff we'll have to think about. Stuff we've solved in the past, but we might have to solve again now if the movement code's changed. Okay, so load Freeplay level. So here... Okay, so there's the issue. So where's the map? Go from slot, create, linked save game, map to load. Here we are. Okay, so let me just quickly see how I've done it with this. So on the start, because this did actually work, but my guess is on this it's a lot easier. Chosen loading screen, because they'll be like yeah. Okay, so with this one, I think what we'll be able to do is just so if that is Embankment. Chosen, loading screen. Give me 1 sec, because I'm going to be producing a build soon. As I start producing the build, I'm going to explain to you what things have been fixed in this build, and we'll have a chat, and that will do for today. Okay, so that should do that. We should get the right loading screen with that now. Embankment load screen wrong. Yeah. Right, that's it. That's everything that's on my list of things to solve before making this build. Okay. May need 2 flares. Wait, normal 1 second. Nest. I'm not sure what would happen. I mean, what you might do is if they're disconnected from the nest, maybe you just make them wander around randomly until the nest reconnects, and then at that point they'll respond to pheromone markers again. Something along those lines. Which reminds me of some ant species that can actually swim a bit. Alright. Like over short distances. To be fair, fire ants do a decent job of floating. They don't really swim, but they float. Okay. So I'm going to get this packaging. Again, because hopefully this won't take too long. But whilst this is happening, I'll chat to you about what's in this new update. Okay. Okay, so just going over what's happening with this this file. I put together a patch notes. Which I'll be posting to the forum and things, or I'll get Mike to do it. Okay, so new in 0.211, so we're on the first iteration of the 0.21s. So there's 2 new maps been added. One is an extra level called Babysitting, which if you've been following the streams, you'll know that's the one where you've got an allied colony. It's the first time we've done a player with an allied colony. and you've basically got to keep it alive whilst you grow yourself, whilst you destroy all other surface creatures. So there's that one, and then there's this one, which is the new Freeplay map, Embankment, which hasn't yet got a map option. But I will be thinking about that because I do intend to give it a map option. But I don't want to hold it off because of that. Okay, next to fixes. So a huge amount of these were submitted to the forum. Special mention to Hoff Nerd here because he's this person has sorry been an absolute trooper in testing the map this time, along with our other testers. So note that this isn't we've not fixed everything yet. There's still stuff on our lists we need to sort that has been reported to us. So if you don't hear a fix here that needs to come, it's probably just because we haven't yet had time to do it. But I didn't want to hold off this patch just for that reason. Okay. So fixes. Minimap path drawing has been restored. So just the little path that gets shown on the minimap. Fixed a divide by zero crash that could occur when a creature jumps. A lot of you know that as the trapjaw crash. And in fact, every crash report that was submitted to me was the trapjaw crash. Fixed an issue causing large frame rate drops when funnel web spiders were checking for targets. So that's the report that's come in of if there's a funnel web on the map, frame rates are low. Fixed an issue where green food capsules would display in Freeplay leaf cutters when Fog of War is on. Fixed an issue on monthly levels where the starting units were displaying colourless. Fixed an issue on extremis. So there's a few extremis issues here where waves would stop at wave 23. Medea and Trapjaws will now properly say selected once they've been purchased in extremis. Tunnelers will now head to the Queen if their dig targets are tunneled out already in extremis. Fixed an issue on extremis where wood ant upgrade purchases would display the wrong selection. Fixed a tile exclamation mark that was out of position in holdout, and hence when you tunneled it out, you could actually just see the exclamation mark. Tile surfers, you don't know them as tile surfers, so I'll change that to exclamation mark. Exclamation mark enemies should now always spawn when tunneled out. Fixed an issue with beach tiger beetle larvae where they could sometimes get stuck attacking and not go back into the hole. Well, I've lost where I was. Oh, there. Medea belonging to a Formiciraptor colony should no longer have fungus waste or minims and be able to pick up normal resources. Fixed an issue with Crucible where colony creatures couldn't get above ground. Fixed an issue with the paintwork on closed tunnel exits in the dunes and other similar issues in Freeplay levels. Fixed an issue where mantis chirping could be heard after death. Exclamation mark spawning should more consistently be at the location of the mark. Plant shoots should no longer spawn off the visible edge of a cliff. Black ant workers' feet have been pulled out the floor. Fixed an issue where used fungus quantities could go negative in the top bar. Added in extra frame rate limits. That's a change actually, that's not a fix. Put that in the wrong section. Fixed a tick box issue with Freeplay landmarks. Fixed an issue where food would still think it was buried if generated on a cavern and the ants couldn't pick it up. Fixed an issue where creatures could pick up food from long distances. Fixed an issue where dropped items would appear anywhere within 300 radius of the drop. Fixed an issue with leafcutter colony economy where when loaded in Freeplay, wrong storage values, the used fungus not being regenerated on tiles properly. Corrected some translation errors. So they're the fixes that are coming in. Changes. There's a small list of these. Allied creatures now show as yellow on the mini-map and health bars. That's creatures that aren't in your colony but are in an allied colony. That's important for the new babysitting map. Extended the Christmas level until the end of January, just because people haven't had a proper chance to play it. Yeah, there's the frame rate limits one as well. Movement changes and fixes. Improved movement around the ramp entrances. Fixed issues with creatures trying to constantly walk off some cliff edges and being teleported back, so that's the kind of teleportation weirdness. Fixed an issue where creatures would attempt to pass through pebbles and obstacles. So that's what's coming in this patch. There's a little bit of content, a whole bucket load of fixes and some minor adjustments here and there. I haven't actually done any balancing yet of the new levels, and I do intend to do another balance pass at some point, but it's not going to be this week. So hopefully this will make some of the levels playable. Now you've not got the divide by zero error with the trapdoors. That should eliminate some crashes there. Right. Okay, so this was just a short stream today. The project is currently packaging. As soon as it's packaged, I will upload it to Steam and set it live. And the patch notes will be posted around the place. So look for that in the next hour. And I look forward to hearing your feedback and testing. It's been incredibly useful, and the huge amount of bug fixes and things that have come through because of this is great. At the moment, because the movement code has completely changed, we've got a lot of issues. Although with this we should eliminate quite a few of the issues. And next week, look for me streaming again. I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing yet. We might be continuing the bug fixes. And we've got to also move into getting the Formicarium levels fixed. Although I don't think there's going to be a huge amount to do there. A lot of that's the leafcutter levels. There's certain things that happen on the leafcutter levels which were unique, which need to be addressed. Fantastic. Glad you'll be trying it, Huff Nerd. Samantha's new movement code makes them run into walls at high speeds. Yeah, there's still some teething issues with the movement code, and we'll continue to monitor it. So keep sending your feedback in. The good thing about the movement code now is it's ours. So issues and everything, we've got full control over it now. It's good and bad. but it should lead to a big performance boost anyway. You might notice my computer's not running particularly well at the minute. That's because it's packaging the project, which will be eating up some resources. Okay. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me. I'll get this build uploaded and to you soon, and I'll see you next week. Look for me on Thursday next week. I'll try and do 2 streams next week, but we shall see. Right, thanks very much, and I'll see you later.